In today's video, we're going to be installing the amped throttle booster 2.0 on this Ram 1500, so let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to be installing this amped 2.0 throttle booster on this Ram 1500. This I've wanted to try for a while. So most newer vehicles do have an electronic throttle pedal, and what this does is, if you guys have ever noticed, sometimes you'll be driving and you need to accelerate, overtake a vehicle, and you go to put your foot into the pedal. It doesn't matter what engine it is, but you put your foot in the pedal, nothing happens. You put your foot a little further into the pedal, still nothing happens. Keep pushing on that pedal, and then all of a sudden the thing feels like it just takes off, like your foot is almost on the floor before anything happens. That is what this is here to do. So this adjusts the sensitivity, and essentially what this device will do, it will alter the signal based on whatever settings you put in it to increase the sensitivity of your pedal. So it's pretty cool. This one actually has a Bluetooth app that you can adjust, and you can even make your own presets from your phone. Or it has a Bluetooth switch that you can adjust on the fly, and you can adjust from all the preset maps as well as your own maps. So it's in the package. Let's get it out, let's get it installed, and let's test this thing out. All right, here we go. So we'll unwrap it from the plastic, and I will show you the unboxing of this and exactly what is in here. So it's gonna slide open like so. All right, we'll open the lid. Got our instructions. Got our main module, so it's going to be the brains of everything. This is our wireless remote, you guys. So this is the cool part about this. You could stick this in your glove box, your center console. You can choose to not run it or put it anywhere, and you can just run everything off the app. So very cool feature. There's no wires, whereas some of the competitors ones, they have a wire that you have to put up, and there's no Bluetooth or wireless function. You would have to mount this or something similar to this on your dash and be staring at it. So if you want a clean install, kind of a cool way to go. So it's got our batteries here. So we'll open up the wireless remote, and in the back you'll see where the 3 batteries go. So we can go ahead and we'll look. It says the negative side down, so they're gonna go face up. Or pop this back into place so that our wireless remote, as you can see, is now functional. And I'm assuming this is gonna be our wiring harness, which it is. So I got our wiring harness. We've got some tie wraps, and it also comes with Velcro. So once we get this to where we want, if you choose to install it, it's got some Velcro with some sticky tabs, and you can mount this wherever. So pretty basic install. It's just gonna be plug and play. We're gonna have a couple clips to plug in. So let's go out to the truck. Let's get this thing going. Just before we go out there though, let's go ahead and we'll scan this QR code, and we'll download the app on the phone so we can see the different settings and whatnot, and we can also see the functionality of the app. So once we get to the App Store, we'll install the Amped 2.0 app, and then we'll open it up. So here's the app all ready to go, and right once you open it, it is looking for the device. Of course, we don't have it set up yet since we're not at the truck. So app is ready to go. Let's go out to the truck. All right, so we're here at the truck. We've got our harness, our device, and our tie wraps. But what we want to do first is disconnect the battery before unplugging our pedal. So we're gonna go ahead, pop the hood. We'll go over to the battery, disconnect our negative terminal. So our negative is off, swing it out of the way. Let's go back to work. All right, so we go underneath here, and you're gonna see this clip right here. So we're gonna squeeze the release on it, and we'll disconnect this clip. So here it is, I squeezed the tab, slide it off, and she's disconnected. So we're gonna have 2 harnesses. This is gonna be extremely simple, you guys. You're gonna have an in and an out on the harness. So this one is very similar to the one we just disconnected. So it's gonna go up here, and we will get our fingers in here, and we'll plug it into the pedal where we just disconnected. So we'll put our red locking tab in place. This is going to go into the box, and everything's color coordinated. So black will go to black. And then this is the other one. So this white one will plug into here, and this is going to go to our harness side. So we'll go up here. As you can see, here's our harness. So we're gonna plug this harness into our harness side on the truck, And now we've got our 2 plugs here, and we're gonna plug them into the box and find a suitable location underneath our dash. All right, so again, personal preference where you wanna mount this. I found the easiest spot though is just to tuck the device down behind the carpet. It does have some LEDs on it though that I wanna look at, but this is where I'm gonna choose to locate it. It's like I said, just tuck it back there. It's a nice clean install, but let's fish it out for just a second here and let's go to the next step. So the next step on our instructions says to reconnect the battery, and then we're gonna turn the ignition to on or run, but don't start it. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're back in here. So we're gonna turn to run and don't start it. So right here it says the status indicator light, which is on the front of the box. It's gonna stay off until we connect it to our device. So let's go ahead and connect. Okay, so next up it says to open up your app on your phone. So we've got that here, and it says instructions. In order to find your amped device, we need to go through the process of discovery. This is not the pedal relearn process. You will have to do that after connecting the first time to your amped. So let's go ahead and hit OK. To continue, make sure your vehicle is in the on run position with the engine not running. Make sure the pedal is not pressed. Pressed OK. So we're in the run. My foot's not on the accelerator. So let's go ahead and push OK. And we will let it do its thing. So here we go. To continue, press the pedal all the way to the floor and hold it until the amped device is found. Okay. So I got my foot all the way to the floor. Still says searching. Boom. Device found. The discovery process using the pedal is different than the pedal relearn process. If you have not completed a pedal relearn, you will need to do that before the product will function. So, okay. So here we go. We're going to select our device. You can see here. Connecting to device. Syncing with amped device. Please wait. So obviously we're going to have to do a pedal relearn. The pedal relearn process consists of pressing the accelerator all the way to the floor and then releasing it fully. This cycle must be done 3 times within a 30-second window after selecting OK below. So I'm going to go ahead, hit OK. So we're going to go with my foot. I don't know if you guys can see that. All the way to the floor, all the way up, all the way to the floor, all the way up, and all the way to the floor, all the way up. Okay, so pedal relearn. Confirm the LED color on the amped device has changed from red to orange, which if you guys can see, it did. If orange, press complete to finish the pedal relearn. Okay, so we're orange, so we're good to go. So that's our, I guess, our main menu stuff, and now we can go into the levels. So right now we're stock. You can see there's economy, drive, sport, extreme, and then we got 3 custom maps, so we can go in here and we can actually change this. But look, so from the pedal position, this thing is super cool, you guys. So you can go ahead and you can adjust the sensitivity, like after you push it 50% down, you know, how much you want. So if you wanted to, you know, make some crazy map where after you push the pedal halfway down, all of a sudden it goes to the moon, you can sit here and drag these points to some ridiculous amount so that all of a sudden it gets more aggressive, you know, at 50% or above 50%. You can sit here and crank it up to the moon. So it's pretty cool actually, but I think we can probably, you know, test this thing just the way it is, depending on which one. Oh, so when it's green and highlighted, you can see here which one it's actually on. And then we also have this. All right, so the cool part, you guys, is there is literally the exact same remote on the top here, which you can use to, you can select which one you want, you know, extreme, and you're going to see the levels there. And again, map 1 is going to be here, map 2, and map 3. And that's the smaller bars on the right hand side. But the interesting part is this is literally a mirror image, so you can use the toggle buttons here the same way as here, so you can turn it up to the next setting or turn it down. And this mirrors exactly what we have here. So in the camera, it kind of looks like it's pulsing, but it's just the way the LEDs are showing. But it shows level 4 there, so you can choose to use the app or the remote, both the same functionality. But the big question, let's go ahead take this thing for a drive. We'll try it in stock. We'll go from stock all the way to extreme. Maybe we'll try economy. As for the switch, it comes with Velcro. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll put the Velcro here, and I'm gonna show you guys where I'm gonna install it. So a lot of guys will choose to install it here, which is cool, but I wanted kind of an inconspicuous mounting spot. So I chose right here. It fits perfectly on this spot, and it also does have Velcro. So if you wanna, take it off to mess with it, and then you can store it right back here, you can as well. But if you know what you're doing, you can just flip your console lid open, hit the buttons, adjust, and you're good to go. Okay, so everything is hooked up, the engine is running, we have it right now in stock, and I figured why not try some revs, right? So we can sit here and push the pedal and see the RPMs, which is going to be the same on the street, but I feel like this is going to be a little bit easier to show you, and I will of course take you for a drive in just a second. But so this is stock. You can see here level 2. If I press on the gas, and hopefully if I get some light in here, like, and maybe you guys can hear the engine, like I'm just pushing the throttle the same amount, and look at the RPM, just barely moving, right? If I switch over here to drive, which is 150%, so it looks like 1.5 times what stock is, I do the same little movement. Hopefully you guys can hear that. It makes the RPM jump quite a bit more. If we go up to sport, which is 175%, I do the same little movement. I think you guys can probably hear and see that. Like I'm hitting almost 2 grand. And if we go to extreme, which is 200% with the same foot movement, like I'm hitting 2 grand on that. So I'm curious to see what it's gonna be like. Let's go for our little drive. All right, so here we are, we're driving in the stock mode. Stop and go is gonna be our best sample here, but it's not anything to write home about. It's nothing crazy, it's just stock. So let's crank it up a bit. You guys already know what stock feels like. We'll go to the 3rd position, which is 150%, and it is called drive. So we'll hit drive. Yeah, you can definitely tell, like I was just pushing on it probably the same or similar amount to what I just pressed, and the thing is wanting to get on up out of the way. We'll do a little acceleration. Oh yeah, you can tell it's way more responsive, you guys, just from like a dead stop. Like the pedal doesn't feel nearly as lazy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, that is like so much better, and we're only in the 3rd position, which is 150% in drive. But like when you actually step on it to where you think it would try to go, like this thing feels so much quicker. That's wild. So watch, we'll go around the corner here and I'll show you guys. So if you just push on it like you actually are trying to, like, it's not that you can't drive it normal or anything, but it's just when you press on the pedal, it doesn't feel like, a lazy dead pedal. It actually feels like it wants to move. It's just crazy, the difference. This is drive. Let's go over to the 4th position, which is sport. Let's see what we have. Okay, so this is in sport. Oh, dude. This thing, I'm not even pressing on it like anything insane, you guys, and she's picking up half decent. Like, this thing feels so much more alive. I could only imagine, and again, this is the Eco, so I imagine if you guys threw this on a Hemi, it would be way more of a difference since you guys are dealing with more horsepower than I have. This thing's got torque for sure, but I don't know, even on the Eco, honestly, like, I mean, the Eco feels like such a turd from the factory that this is waking it up like crazy. So, it's not changing the horsepower levels or anything like that, but it's just getting rid of that lazy pedal feel, and that is a huge difference. So let's try extreme. So this is 200% at the highest setting. I don't know what we're in for here, but let's see. So this is in extreme. Let's see what we got. It feels so much better. I don't even think extreme is unmanageable. I mean, it's not like you don't have any modulation at the, you know, the first portion of the pedal. It just doesn't feel as lazy. Like for me driving a bunch of sports cars, whether it's the Viper, the Hellcoda, you know, the SRT10 Ram truck, like this does not feel out of line even on extreme, but it makes a huge improvement to the vehicle. Like this thing does not feel nearly as lazy as it does without the pedal in standard form. So I mean, I could see driving like, holy moly, if you put your foot into it at all, this thing is gone. So yeah, this wakes it up tremendously, you guys. Like down low, you can feel the extra responsiveness, but if you even think about wanting to go, you know, accelerate, you know, overtake a vehicle, you know, just anything, you know, merge with traffic, it picks up so quick, you guys, compared to the way it usually does. Like it is night and day difference. And I guess I have it, yeah, I have it on extreme right now. So, but I mean, you could drive around daily with extreme. It's not like you only would have to be like at the track or something. I mean, I don't know, not no expert at this, but it doesn't feel like you couldn't just, you know, manage it the way it is. So this is in extreme mode. I don't know if you guys can hear the engine, but she definitely moves. So this is a huge improvement, you guys. Let's get back, talk a little bit more about it, and wrap this up. So obviously the big advantage is having more sensitivity in the pedal, but you can still comfortably drive around. It's not like we're driving around with a light switch. Like you can gradually accelerate and drive around comfortably with this as well. So I think it's a win-win, you guys. All right, guys, so it's gonna be a wrap for this video. I'm super happy with how this performed. It's been a long time that I've wanted to try one of these things, and I finally got a chance to try one of them. Like I said, I was pretty blown away by how much it woke up this vehicle. I can only imagine putting it on, you know, a Hemi or something like that and how it would perform. So they make these for all different kinds of models. I'll link down below where you can check these out. Like I said, I'm obviously super happy with how this turned out, but I do want to spend some more time with it and give you guys an update on it after I play around with it a little bit more. But wanted to keep this video straight and to the point, show you guys the install, show you guys the functionality of it and what it does. So huge smile on my face. Obviously you guys can probably tell it definitely gave a whole new breath of life into this truck and completely changes the experience. So I'm super happy with it. Comment down below if you guys have any experience with it. If you have any questions, ask down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and again, check out down the link below. You can check out the same thing that we installed here, and we'll see you guys on the next video.